So now we're gonna do our nice Cajun baked chicken. Okay, you're probably wondering what are the yellow things you can see on there. This is an orange that I take and I just squeezed it all over and just rubbed it all in. Okay, so next up I want to go in with some salt, just a light little layer of salt, and don't worry, I will be seasoning both sides. All right, I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of onion powder. Yes, some nice flavor. Garlic powder as well. And if you're new, my green seasoning is a blend of all that fresh seasoning like parsley, thyme, spring onions, garlic onions, all that good stuff. All right, so we're gonna rub that in. But I forgot to put a little bit of oil onto the chicken, so don't worry. We're gonna put a little bit of oil on here, and this is just to help it to get all nice and crispy. So you want to just rub that in. Yes, rub that seasoning onto that chicken. Okay, and you need to flip it over and season here as well. Yes, and make sure to tuck the wing behind the chicken because you don't want your wings to burn. All right, so put that in here. I'm also going in with some of that garlic butter to put underneath the skin of my chicken, as this will prevent it from drying out. You know, the chicken breast dries out pretty quickly when baking, so you just want to put some underneath the skin like so. That way when it's baking it doesn't dry out. All right, so now that it's nicely seasoned, we are gonna put some Cajun seasoning on the bottom here like so. Okay, flip it over and put some on here like this. Yes, now I won't be rubbing this in. Okay, flip your bird over and notice how I'm doing a big chicken instead of turkey. I'm not really a fan of turkey, so this is why I'm using chicken. If you want to bake a turkey, you can feel free to that. There's loads of recipes on how to bake a turkey, but it's not my thing, so this is why I am using chicken. Okay, and then we want to put some Cajun seasoning on the top here like so, a generous amount. All right, put some all over the wing. Yes, lots of seasoning. Just to give you a little close up. Yes, now you can always allow this to marinate for an hour or two. All right, I'm just gonna let mine sit for a bit before I push it into the oven, and then we're gonna bake this for an hour. So let's go. See guys, this is how my chicken is looking after about 20 minutes. Okay, this is the first basting. Now it doesn't have much juices, that is absolutely fine. You know, we're just gonna baste it with whichever little juices that it has, and hopefully in another 20 minutes there will be more juices to baste it with. And this is just to prevent it from drying out. All right, yes, this is my Cajun baked chicken. Yes, my darlings, look at how gorgeous it looks. Look at how nice. This is a whole Cajun baked chicken, so juicy. Total bake time is 1 hour and 10 minutes. I tucked in the wing in the back, that way it doesn't burn, and the chicken breasts are going to be nice and juicy because of that garlic butter underneath the skin. Yes, my loves. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So first you want to peel your potatoes, okay? I'm using a potato peeler because I think it just gets the skin off nice and thin, okay? So this is how I love to peel my potatoes, using a potato peeler, but you can use a knife, you can use whatever you like. Okay, and you just want to cut it at least an inch thick. Okay, not too thick, about 2 inches. You want to cut it about 2 inches thick. Okay, you don't want to put it too thin. However, if you like doing yours thin, then you can do that. Okay, as you can see, this is how it's looking. It's not too thin, and then I'm gonna give it a quick rinse in some water. All right, so you just want to give your potatoes a good rinse, very nice rinse. Okay, and over here I have a pot which has about 2 tablespoons of water. Not too much water, okay, because you may not know, but potatoes bring a bit of water when it's boiling, so we don't want any of that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna layer my potatoes. So I'm gonna put some at the bottom and some at the top. Okay, so just use about half of the potatoes at the bottom. Now I'm not making the whole bunch, so I'm not making too much. All right, okay, so this is how this part is looking. And now I'm gonna go ahead with some sugar. Okay, you just want to put a generous amount of sugar on here like so, because like I told you, you need to do this in layers. Okay, I'm also going in with my white sugar as well. Okay, a generous amount of white sugar, and the description box will have the full ingredients. Okay, you also want to go in with just a little bit of cinnamon on here like so, just a light layer, not too much. And then you want to continue with the second layer of your potatoes. All right, so yes, this is how it's looking. Pretty amazing. Now if you're making lots of potatoes, then you may need more sugar, but I'm not making too much because I'm cooking for a small family today. All right, then you just want to go ahead with another layer of sugar, and this one you're gonna leave it as is. All right, and with your white sugar as well. All right, and some cinnamon. Okay guys, you're also gonna need a little pinch of salt as well. Okay, let's not forget our salt. So there you have it, my loves. Our candied yams are all prepped into the pot and looking amazing. So now I have a pot cover. Okay, and you need to leave the pot cover to one side. Okay, if you cover it, it's gonna get all soggy and mushy, and you don't want that. Okay, so leave it halfway as seen here. Okay, now it's gonna take about 10 minutes, and then you're gonna turn those at the top. You don't want to turn it around too much because then it's gonna get all mushy, but you don't want that. All right, so as soon as it starts to bubble, as you can see over here, just leave the lid halfway. Okay, gonna come back in 10 minutes so I can show you guys how this is looking. All right, okay, so just to show you how my beautiful candied yams are coming along, as you can see, they are looking amazing so far. So what I will do is to just flip those on top over so that they can cook as well. Okay, they've been going for about 10 minutes on medium heat, so I'm just flipping those at the top over. Okay, so they can cook. Okay, you don't want to flip all what's at the bottom, it's just what you can see at the top. All right, so let me just do that. Lovely. And then you just want to put the lid back on again on the side and let it go for another 10 minutes or so, and it will be nearly ready. Yes, my darlings, yes, look at that. See how gorgeous these are looking, all beautifully candied. So this is what we wanted. As you can see, it's not too much liquid going on, and that is because I actually left my lid to the side like this. Okay, and this took about 15-20 minutes to cook. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're actually gonna take it away from the heat, allow it to cool for about 5 minutes before we go in with some butter. And yes, that will be the finishing touch for our delicious Candied Yams. Yes, girl. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So after my yams have cooled out for a bit, just want to show you how nice and soft it is. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Yes. Okay. That looks amazing. I like to go in with some butter. Okay, and you just want to put some butter in random places. Okay, this is cold butter anyway. All right, see, it's already starting to melt. Now you just want to put the lid on and allow it to melt fully for about 5 minutes, and it will be ready to serve, my darlings. Yes. So for our collard greens, you're gonna need some smoked turkey. Okay, you can use a whole leg of turkey if you have, but I don't, so I'm using smoked turkey. All right, so this is equivalent to one wing of turkey, and all I did was have them chop it up. Okay, because I find that it will take less time to cook if it's chopped up all already. All right, then you want to go in with some water, 2 to 3 cups of water. Okay, lovely. And you need to season this up. So to season it up, I'm gonna go in with a little salt, not too much salt. You want to go in with some paprika, not too much, with some garlic powder, some complete seasoning. You'll need some all-purpose seasoning. Okay, you're also gonna need some onion powder. Okay, so now what you want to do is to give this a little stir up. Okay, look at how the water is looking all nice and seasoned. Yes, this is how we want it to be. Okay, so now you want to cover this up and allow it to cook low and slow for at least half an hour to 45 minutes. So this is my turkey, how it's looking after about 30 to 45 minutes. I did go ahead and remove the big bones from the turkey before I put in my greens. All right, now my greens has been washed. This is it over here, looking nice and clean, and I'm gonna be adding it in like so. Now I did give it a nice little chop, not too thin but not too thick, and we are gonna let that steam down in all of that delicious turkey sauce going on in here. Okay, so let us give it a quick little mix up. Okay, look at that. I just love how vibrant it looks, and it has some nice meaty pieces of turkey. As you can see, I checked it for salt and it has very good salt, very good seasonings. Listen, this tastes amazing. All right, so you just want to let that cook down, let it simmer for about 30 minutes into that turkey sauce that we have going on, because we want it to be nice and tender, gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna come back when it is nearly done. So now it's time to show you how my collard greens are looking. As you can see, they look amazing. See some nice chunky pieces of turkey, not too much liquid going in at the bottom. See that? Yes, this is how you want it to look. See, that looks amazing. Look at that. Yes, that looks gorgeous. Okay, so this is done. That is done. But yeah, this is it. Collard greens looking bomb. Bomb, yes. So let us make some cornbread. You're gonna need 1.5 cups of cornmeal, and you'll need a cup of flour. I'm just sifting that through so that we don't have any lumps. Get a little bit of air into it. Also gonna need some brown sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, and you're also gonna need a pinch of salt, nothing too much. Okay, get a little salt in there. I also like to add just a little shake of mixed spice, which is cinnamon and nutmeg, just a little something. You know, I'm from the Caribbean, we like a little flavor in our cornbread. And all I will do is to just mix this up. Now I am using self-rising flour. I won't be using any baking powder, or you can use plain flour and use a teaspoon of baking powder. This is entirely up to you. Okay, all right, so we're gonna set this to one side. I have a jug and I'm gonna be going in with a cup of buttermilk. All right, I'm also gonna be going in with my oil. All right, we're just combining all the wet ingredients to make our cornbread. Going in with my butter, and I'm going in with my eggs. All right, about a tablespoon of honey. All right, nothing too much. And you want to give this a nice little whisk together like so. Then now we're gonna just combine our wet with our dry. Okay. So this is the texture you will need for your cornbread. Okay, not too runny. And now we're going to transfer it into our baking dish. Give me a spatula, please. So what I like to do, I like to go ahead and preheat my oven just when I start making my cornbread, because the process takes about 15 minutes to combine everything. So about 5 minutes into the process, I usually preheat my oven to 200 degrees. And we're going to be baking this for about 45 minutes to an hour. But we will be checking it at 45 minutes to see how it's looking. Got rid of any air bubbles. Into the oven we go. Guys, listen, I nearly burnt this cornbread. All right, I nearly burnt it. Okay, but it's still nice and moist. So I said, you know what, I'm still gonna show it anyway. So in here I have a little bit of honey and some melted butter, and I just want to pass it onto the top of this while it is still hot. All right, so yes, just pass some melted butter and honey on the top and allow that to sit for about 5 minutes before you cut into it. Let me take a piece so you guys can see. Ooh, yes, texture is on point. See, gorgeous. Don't mind the little burnt edges. Your girl apologizes for that. But as you can see, nice and hot. It's cooked through. Yes, some nice delicious honey butter cornbread. Yes, my darlings. All right, and let me just add, this is the first time I am making cornbread. So yeah, perfect recipe. Not too dry, not too moist. Yes, look at that, nice and soft. Yes, darlings. Yes, look at that cornbread. Yes, look at this, delicious. Woo. Next we're making some macaroni and cheese. Going in with some macaroni. This is the one I'm using, and the packet instruction says to cook it for 11 to 13 minutes, but I like to cook mine for about 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm cooking the whole packet, and this is 500 grams. So this is the macaroni. It's been about 10-11 minutes. Let's drain it off. So to stop the cooking process, now that it's drained, I like to go in with just a little bit of butter. Okay, That is just to stop the cooking process. And this butter is ice cold anyway, so just allow it to melt. So for my cheese sauce, I'm gonna go in with a heaping tablespoon of butter, and we are gonna melt this up. All right, so okay, go in with and this is actually garlic butter. Yes, this is some garlic butter. Let me show you the packet. See? Yes, see, garlic butter. So this is gonna have some flavor, lots of flavor, if you can see the garlic pieces in there. But you can use regular butter, that will work. We're also gonna put in some flour, about a heaping teaspoon of flour, nothing too much. I'm gonna create a nice roux. We want to create a nice roux, okay? So as you can see now, this is nicely melted. We're gonna go in with our whole milk. Okay, and don't judge me, guys. I'm using my son's cup. All right, just wanna mix that in. As it starts to thicken up, as you can see, it's looking nice and thick. I am gonna go ahead and start adding in my seasonings. I like to add in a little bit of onion powder, and I like to also add some paprika. And you also need a little pinch of salt. A little pinch of salt, nothing too much. Okay, and just stir that in. You can add some black pepper if you want. For some reason, I can't find mine, so don't worry about that. All right, now we're gonna start adding our cheese. Okay, and don't worry, this paprika is all gonna melt down. All right, gonna go in with my mature cheddar, breadless cheese, some mozzarella, generous amount of everything. All right, and you just want to whisk that in. Yes. Right, look at that. Yes. Yes, nice and thick. So I don't like to allow my cheese to melt fully. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my macaroni. Whoa, child. Yes. Woo. Listen, look at that. This is a whole cheesy, oh my gosh, look at that. Whoa. Insane, absolutely insane. Okay, so just combine everything. Yes, don't get cheesier than this. Now it's time to layer our mac and cheese. Guys, look at that. This is insane. Then we're gonna put a nice little layer of cheese in the middle. Nothing too much, just some generous amount of cheese. Yes. Then we're gonna put the last bit in there. Okay. Yes. And you wanna put a light layer of cheese on top. So now that my mac and cheese is nicely layered, I like to go in with a little bit of smoky Cajun seasoning and just put on the top like so. You don't have to do this, but I just like that it gives a little bit of color, makes it look nice. All right, an extra little flavor on the top as well. All right, and then we're gonna push this right into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. So yeah, let's go. Guys, yes. Look at my macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna let it get a little brown color on the top. You know we don't want no white mac and cheese. And that Cajun seasoning just smells amazing. So this is nicely cooked. I'm so excited. And it's gonna be so cheesy. Oh my gosh. Let's get it out of the oven. Woo! Gorgeous. So this is my Thanksgiving menu. This is my collard greens with smoked turkey. Over here, I've got my candied yams. They look divine. Over here, I've got my cornbread. That looks amazing. A whole baked Cajun chicken. And we have some mac and cheese. Gonna plate this up But thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much.